right there that I've been working on for like 3 months, 4 months.
Nice. 10 seconds out. That's the novelization of Biodome, right?
Yeah.
5, 4,
I just
3,
can't.
2, 1. Here we go. Opener.
What I wouldn't do for just a Big Mac right now.
Dude, don't even say that word.
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, boy! On a sesame seed bun. Bladder buster, no ice. Breakfast burrito. I can't take it anymore!
I gotta get out of here.
Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scuccio. Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing Biodome?
How's it going, buddy? We are here to talk about a movie that I love unironically because I think I just watched it at the right time in my life before my brain fully developed. And it's one of those movies that I personally quote out of context all the time. And I think those quotes serve existence better when they're used out of context and you don't let people know they're from Biodome. So I feel like I'm blowing my cover by doing this episode, and now I'm feeling a bit of shame wash over me. How are you, Bob? Would you like to talk about
You were a mature 11.
This brilliant movie known as Biodome?
It's not brilliant. I remember being, I think it was in college when this came out, and like the trailer played on Comedy Central like between every like show commercial break, and I just got
trying
so
to get
sick
the numbers
of the
up.
trailer.
Trying to get the ratings
God.
up. Yeah.
I got so sick of the trailer. But then of course I had to watch it because I worked in a video store and we'd play like PG rated movies in the store. And so I saw it a few times there and hated it, and now I just watched it critically and really hated it.
Oh yeah.
So you want to get into the explanation?
Absolute trash.
Yeah, I'll explain it.
Okay. Bob, what are you doing over there? Explain yourself. And while you're at it, explain the movie.
All right.
Okay, so this movie is about best bud bumbling bros betray babes, burst into a biodome, baffle bystanders, and bluff botanist babes.
Wow.
And bluff botanist.
It's just amazing.
Okay.
It's your hidden skill that's just blossoming on this podcast.
Just for the record, best bud bumbling bros betray babes, burst into a biodome, baffling bystanders, and bluff botanist babes.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Well, yeah, of course, Rob. I wrote all that with my hand.
So I had a little fun with this one. So 2 obviously fake and overacting buffoons somehow have good-looking, enviro-conscious girlfriends while pretending to care about the environment themselves. Various idiotic and brain-damaging situations lead the 2 nappy-haired land manimals to the biodome, an experimental domicile where 5 scientists are about to be locked inside for a year, and the 2 talking meat sticks become locked in as well. Rather than kicking the 2 morons out and compromise scientific integrity, the 2 window lickers are invited to stay and completely trash the place and fuck up literally everything, and
so good.
get dumped by their girlfriends in the process. Ultimately, in a miraculous turn of events, the 2 sentient baked potatoes impossibly repopulate the biodome with vegetation and animal life at the last minute before 1 year is up, and win their girlfriends back.
That
you
is
didn't
exactly what happened.
You left one stone unturned, Bob. Did they successfully free the mahi mahi?
I don't remember.
Okay.
No, I don't believe they did.
Okay. All right,
let's throw it to the best YouTube comment, Rob.
Yeah. This YouTube comment. You'll like this one. It makes me wanna. Oh, it makes me wanna. Oh my god, it makes me wanna. I'm closer to understanding Bin Laden's motives after watching this. Okay, next segment.
Yeah.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
My job sucks.
Well, I'm sold. That's a pitch.
All right. Who's
It's number one. Oh, yeah. So this is Ain't That a Pitch. So we're going to give you a limerick, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's going to be really fun, and it's going to explain the movie to you, probably. I don't know. That's what I try to do. But I think I go second this time. I just feel like I haven't in a long time. So
is it me, Chris, Bob? Is that the order?
I thought Chris went first last time, so I feel like I'm
all right.
first
Bob,
this time.
Bob, Rob, Chris.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Chris is last.
Okay. Sure.
Fuck you.
All right. Here we go. In the mid to late 90s, I was fairly depressed because movies like this frequently suggest that gross out goofballs get the girls, which really makes my pubes uncurl while I try to keep gallons of vomit suppressed.
Okay. Solid. All right.
Yes, very.
So you went to describe your personal experience. I'm going to describe the movie. Bud and Doyle love to get lit and party. They're attracted to nature. Wait. Okay, yeah, my bad. I'm going to start over because I messed my cadence up. Bud and Doyle love to get lit and party. They're attracted to nature, babes, but do they have game? Hardly. That's the theme song for Spider-Man. Black Sabbath wrote Iron Man. What do you think? You're so smart like a rocket scientist? Yes. Sorry.
All right, that part was okay. A self-sustaining biodome, a paradise, they said. But two unfunny losers go fuck it up instead. Fucking Stephen Baldwin. Performance was appalling. And Squirrel made me wish Pauly Shore was really dead.
I like it.
Well, I'll say Rob described the movie more than we did. So
true.
I'll go Rob 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's fair.
A star deducted for quoting something from the trailer, which I saw too many times.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bob for the visceral imagery of his pubes uncurling. And I'll give you I'm going to give you a 4 as well, to level the playing field. So it's up to Chris to break the tie.
All right. I'll go Chris with a 4 for a team win.
Okay. I should have seen that coming. But I did just watch Biodome, so I mean,
that's true.
Top of my game right now.
Some brain cells. Yeah,
true.
Good point. All right, let's throw it to test number 2. This is the most offensive.
Yeah.
A day without sex is a day wasted, man.
The most offensive.
Okay, I've got 2 for number 5, and I'm sorry about that. I've got a 5A and a 5B. Let me just get out 5A, and then we'll throw it to the clip.
Okay.
So this movie was just so offensive. So, intentional insecticide, idiot seek and hide. You guys remember this part of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. So Doyle is hiding from Bud, and he's doing it in the insect laboratory where Romulus, I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
Is like trying to breed these super special butterflies. And then Doyle is caught by Bud, and then they decide to destroy the entire room like assholes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said that was intentional insecticide, seek and hide. Oh, I'm missing a word there, am I?
Yeah, well, idiotic in between. Intentional insecticide, idiotic, seek and hide.
All right. That needs to go in right. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let's throw it to a clip. This is 5B. This is Fruit Bottom.
5. Oh.
B. It's not called yogurt. There's a yogurt and there's a fruit.
Yeah, I think I went yogurt number 2 and Fruit Bottom number 5.
So I'm playing fruit. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, Fruit Bottom.
Hey, here we go.
Maybe I
Squirrel break the ice.
Excuse me, miss, are you tired?
I beg your pardon?
Are you tired?
No, why?
Because you've been running through my mind all day?
Oh.
Excuse me, miss. If you were yogurt, would you be fruit at the bottom or stirred?
Was that the right one? Was that the right one? Yeah.
How fucking awful is
It's not great.
It's not great.
No, it's really not.
This is going to be an entire episode of Rob giving the movie too much credit.
Yeah, exactly that.
But yeah, Bud reacts to Doyle's pickup line there, like, ooh, but I couldn't tell whether it was like a nice one or like a
Yeah.
because they tend to support each other, but it was really, really awful.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
When you get yogurt at the store, do you get it stirred?
No, but he was asking, like, if she were a yogurt, would she like to leave the fruit at the bottom or have it, with his penis?
Stirred in?
Yeah.
Oh, do people not stir it in?
Some people, if you like a high concentration of like fruit syrup sugar, then you would eat the yogurt on top first and save the fruit at the bottom as a treat for getting through all the yogurt. I don't know. I'm just trying to explain the joke.
Come on, man. Like, it's not an Italian ice,
Yeah.
It's also not a joke, but go ahead.
That's a good point, Bob. I love this. I love that Bob and I are like teaming up on Rob this episode. All right, number
4.
This one's pretty simple. This is bunny bombs. What do you think of bunny bombs?
Oh, when he throws a firecracker out the window?
Yeah, and destroys a rabbit.
And it's funny because they're like, they think we don't care about nature. He's like, yeah, that's absurd. And then they blow up the bunny, showing that like, they lack self-awareness, which drives the plot forward. Chris.
Yeah, but he murdered a rabbit.
He didn't mean to.
That's offensive to me.
Yeah.
Don't just throw like TNT out your mother.
It wasn't like he made the rabbit scared. He killed it.
It died instantly.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Lenny from Of Mice and Men was more cruel, if you think about it.
Sure, but if that's your measuring stick.
But he was special. These guys were supposed to be typical.
Okay. Whatever. Point counterpoint.
I'm not sure. Last thing I wanted to say about that.
Go ahead.
Raising Arizona is another time that you can see a bunny blown up in the exact same fashion on the side of the road. Only it's the man like that I used to call the man from hell because I was a child when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Like shoots the rabbit on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And he is literally like a spawn from hell.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a bad guy. Okay,
right,
fair enough.
And the same thing.
I stand corrected.
So my number 3 is Waco, Texas. Waco, Texas. Tactical torture on terraforming team.
Safety dance.
Yeah. So the billionaire that like hires the FBI to drown them out with 80s music, which I understand because I hate 80s music, as is evidenced by this very podcast. And they just go along with it and stuff. But that is an actual method that was used in Waco, Texas, to draw out the seventh seal evangelists or whatever. I forgot the guy's name. But in Waco, Texas, it was a whole cult.
David Koresh.
Koresh, yeah, thank you. Think about. All right, let's throw to our next clip of the day. This is number 2. And this one is yogurt.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I always criticize bad movies for setting up and doing the punchline too close to each other. This had a healthy amount of time between these two exchanges, making it a valid joke. Here we go.
Oh.
Ladies.
Hey guys, we just we wanted to say thanks for everything.
Yeah, we thought you were brain damaged or something, but we were wrong. Very special.
You mean like special, like riding on the little yellow bus to school special?
Very special.
And Doyle, I've been thinking about that yogurt thing. Fruit at the bottom, waiting to be stirred.
Oh, she bad.
No, Rob, stop.
Like, I honestly, watching this, I'm like, this has to be a dream sequence. This is so out of character. There's no way they would be attracted to them to that degree. Simultaneously.
It's been a whole year, Bob, and they say they maintained homos and photosynthesis.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, they have each other, right?
Yeah. They have chippies. They have chippies. They have lots of stuff to eat. Like they got a lot going on for them, buddy.
Yeah. Well, obviously the most offensive thing there, though, like, yes, it's a callback to the fruit bottom clip, but it's also
brilliant.
Doyle mentioning, like, you think we're special, like little yellow bus special, and you just can't say that in the movie. Like, that's a joke that was going around when I was in elementary school, and it was funny to me. I don't like. Okay, but they mentioned it in this major.
But this came out when we were in elementary school, and it does cater to a 5th grade audience, so I don't see the problem.
The problem is they're trying to cater to adults as well.
Okay, counterpoint. We're having lots of these.
And now that I'm an adult, I'm offended, and I fucking hate this movie.
Okay.
All right, number 1.
I'm having too much fun here.
Okay, another quick one. Midnight Molestation.
Yeah, that's fucked up. They started finger waggling on the babes. Yeah,
that was bad.
They got into bed with them and then started literally groping them. I mean, Doyle was grabbing that scientist's, equipment.
Yes,
so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not cool by my measure, and I don't think anyone is in support of midnight molestation.
No, that one scene and only that one scene didn't age well. You can email us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
Yeah, and tell us why you're in
think.
favor. Tell us why you're in favor of midnight molestation. We want to know. All right, let's throw it to Rob's ad read.
Sure.
Payoffs and greed were always the priority of my company. Like many companies. I'm afraid of going to prison.
Oh, I'm gonna miss these.
They now know my crimes.
Speaking of greed, here's Rob's ad read.
This week's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Purple Sticky Punch. I know you're thinking, illegal, but the value of Purple Sticky Punch goes way beyond just toking it. Ain't that right, Professor Johnson? That's correct, Professor McIntosh. Purple Sticky Punch, or hemp, is an excellent source of paper. It makes a fine rope. It can even make a contaminant-free fuel. But the greatest value to us biodomers is its rapid rate of photosynthesis, which means more oxygen for everyone. Back to the show, buddies.
Fuck off, dude. All right. Thank you so much, Purple Sticky Punch. We appreciate you bringing more oxygen to the show, because God knows I need to breathe a little more when I'm doing Biodome.
Like Steven Seagal needs it, so it's just a rising tide lifts all floats. Yeah.
True. Okay, Purple Sticky Punch. Thank you so much. Test number 3. This is the worst dialogue.
Okay.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to Sling a Schlong.
As much as I love it, it's still some of the worst dialogue. This is the worst dialogue.
All right.
No, this is one of those movies where every line is bad, so I don't feel like I did a very good job capturing the top 5 in descending order. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Number 5. Rob, I threw this one in because of you.
Okay.
This is the clown.
We were watching that.
Put it right back. I want to see if the sniper killed the clown at the mall.
If we slow it down, we can actually see the bullets enter and exit Buttercup.
Ew. Gross.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
A clown.
A clown. Elsewhere, the infamous biodome is back in the news. It seems a standoff has developed between scientists still inside and project investors. Our Joaquin West is live at the scene.
Ares, the biodome scientists, are refusing to leave the world they destroyed.
Button Doyle, I love
They
you!
have vowed...
Stand-up?
Hold a second. There's Mr. Leakey, the project's principal investor.
Faulkner, I
Mr.
studied
Leakey.
chemistry in Sweden! I collect my bag!
All I can say right now is that we're still negotiating, trying to keep them aware of the dangerously low level of oxygen inside. That's all for now.
What was wrong with that?
Actually, it wasn't that bad, I guess. Sort of funny that the clown named Buttercup got,
Yeah, he got JFK'd. And that's the second Kennedy joke, because when the first firecracker goes off in the opening sequence, one of the security guys goes, "Holy Kennedy!" So that's a little trivia for you guys.
Yeah, very nice. I feel like they snuck another in there too, but I can't recall. So I'm just saying that so that you can email us and tell us what I missed and number
4 yard.
All right, this sucks too. The top two, I'm sorry, 5 and 4 are just not as good as I was hoping because I logicked this out after I realized that it might be a problem for me.
That's okay.
The dialogue still sucks, but this is how old are they?
I really hope that our criticism of 1996's Biodome does not falter because of this grave misstep you've made, Chris. Here we go.
Remember the Great Fire of 1979 that supposedly started in your garage when that chipmunk ingested some fertilizer and then fell into a can of kerosene, instantly turning him into a flying little fluffy little Molotov cocktail that set ablaze, leveling the whole neighborhood west of Newton's hardware store? You started that fire? No, but that was pretty cool, huh?
Yep.
So I was like 1979 and he could have been responsible for that fire. How old is he when he could have burned down Bud's garage?
Well, he was probably like 5 or 6 because they're like in their mid-20s and this was 96, so that lines up.
Well, I mean, they're dating college girls, so I guess they could be in their mid-20s, right? But they're probably supposed to be 19 or 20. This is why when I logicked it out, I was disappointed. Because like when I first heard this, I was like, 1979, it's 96, and they're supposed to be like 19. What are we talking about here? But I mean, I still kind of feel like they probably should have went with 1983.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just because they could have. And instead, they were just as lazy as they are the rest of the film, and they don't care, and they don't think about it. Like, they don't think about any of the lines that they write. So that's why this movie's so bad.
But the MCU could have learned something about world building from this one, because they mentioned the Great Chipmunk Fire of 1979. Then later in the movie, the investor is just like, I haven't seen such devastation since the Great Chipmunk Fire of 1979. So it's like an in-universe piece of lore that, enhances
I know. Like, no matter what the joke is, as long as you wait the half an hour, it's really funny.
Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page. We're learning things about each other, Chris.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Thank you so much. This is number...
It's called world building. 3!
This is the key.
All right.
I've never quit anything in my whole life, except Chinese calligraphy, my thesis tuna in you the early years, kangaroo anatomy, total photography, booger sculpture, and masturbation. Oh, maybe not masturbation, but give me a break. It's the only thing I'm good at.
You are very good at it, Stub. Very good.
Oh. So come on, who's the quitter? In 5 seconds, I'm gonna swallow this key. So if you want to leave, you better do it now.
Fucking hate this fucking piece of shit movie.
But when Russell's like, wait a minute, he's like,
Whoa. They didn't know he was there.
Yeah, but then like in the next scene, he's like, oh man, I was rooting for them. Like, you're gonna save the world, guys, even though he wanted nothing to do with them. Come on, that's funny.
Now, is this the second movie with Taylor Negron that we've done, or was he been in more?
He was in Nothing But Trouble, right? He was the rich.
Yeah, Nothing But Trouble. I feel like he was in another, though, that we did. This is the third.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Booger Sculpture?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, number...
Is this number 1? 2? 1? 2. All right.
Homeostasis.
I'm doing too much shtick and I'm having trouble keeping track of this one. All right, homeostasis. Here we go.
Don't move. I'll be right back.
But I got a wicked itch on my nads.
Don't move.
Ugh.
Bud, I got a wicked itch on my nads.
Faulkner said don't move.
I can't take it anymore! I can't take it anymore!
Well, I guess this means we're our own tour guides. All right, now everybody, do not feed the animals, stay together, and no flash photography. And remember, here at Biodome, we're dependent on balancing homos within the system. Okay, now everybody, stay with the group. Follow me, this way.
So incredibly unfunny, dude.
Yeah.
This movie sucks.
Yeah, they overacted a little bit on that one. I'll give you that.
On that one.
A little. All right. Well, this is this next one. Maybe it doesn't deserve to be number one out of all the horrible lines in this movie, but Stephen Baldwin's acting is also very bad, and the dialogue is just horrible. And he does this thing where he goes, and it's very uncomfortable. So if you want to see what I just like made the sound of for you just podcast only listeners, go to Spotify and listen to it there because you watch the video, or you can go to our YouTube channel and then you can see my mouth go if you want to. And then quickly followed, you'll see Stephen Baldwin do it as well. This is number
1, Daddy. You know what? Fuck it.
This is The Lizard.
Hey, don't leave that there, Stub. Free refills with proof of purchase deal.
Nice call. I got to piss.
Cork it?
Maybe, Tori.
Well, let's go at the mall right there.
Welcome to Biodome.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the place I'm going to drain my lizard.
Viva Los Biodome. Viva Los Biodome.
You know what this movie's biggest failing is? They never explain. They never explain what a tribal was. It's just like a little dance.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Okay,
Question answered.
No, so I picked this clip because it's got Viva Las Biodome, which I thought was maybe the most irritating line I've ever heard, and the fact that they just know to sing it in sequence with one another out of nowhere.
They repeat it they do it how many times in this movie too?
I don't know, and yeah, you mean like they both know what to say together?
No, they say Viva Los something like 3-4 different times.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure whether you were saying that or like the fact that they both know what to say together at the same time, because they also do that a lot,
too.
and it drives me crazy. I know they've been friends since they were like 4 years old, but I've been friends with Jay, for instance, since before I can remember. I was probably 2 when our parents started like having us like bump heads with each other on his living room floor, and I've never once in sequence said something with him. and you know, we're in our like mid to late 30s now, so
well, you guys just don't have as strong a bond as Bud and Doyle do, as you could.
That's true, because I don't smell his farts trying to figure out what he had for lunch.
Well, maybe you should, Chris. Maybe your friendship would be stronger if you guys did that together.
I have a comment. Not it's in my catch-all, but I have a long catch-all. So, free refills on a cup that they end up throwing away.
I literally wrote, but no cup. I'm just gonna,
yeah.
I was gonna, okay, well, so that is really stupid. So they go there and then like what? Hold out their hands.
Yeah.
You can't use a different cup.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rob, to your point, the tribal thing.
Yeah.
Not cool. Like, I think they wanted it to catch on and for kids at school to like go tribal. And
like Wizard from Phantom Menace. Like George Lucas really wanted that Wizard t-shirt money. That's so wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blow the dome.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
All right, let's go to test number 4. This is the worst production.
Sure. I wonder what could possibly come up here.
My job sucks.
Yeah, so does your production, you skank.
Okay, so I have my opinion because there's once again this movie was like they hid a lot of production details. So I found one thing that I think is the major flaw. Inspired by a better story.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so this movie was inspired by the real project called Biosphere 2, which happened between 1991 and 1993 in a very similar looking facility. So historically, the project was a failure because as scientific research goes, there was no way to duplicate the biosphere for comparative purposes. But while the scientists were locked inside, I want to say there were like 8 scientists, I think, locked in this thing. And there was so much infighting and scientific failures, like oxygen shortages, which is, brought up in the movie, which caused the 8 scientists to fight and argue to the point where they weren't even on speaking terms by the end of that year. So that's the movie I want to see. Like, some could say that reality TV was like an offshoot of the same idea. Like the first Real World came out around that time. Where, strangers had to share a house, and that turned out to be genre defining. So I really think they missed their chance to make a movie based on the actual biosphere, because that would have been a way more interesting swing and a miss, in my opinion.
Could you imagine though if the rights for that project were picked up by like a young Christopher Nolan, but he still cast Pauly Shore, Stephen Baldwin anyway?
And Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Because he could have gotten him, for sure.
So here's the only thing that I also saw. This is also an opinion. I don't know if this is true. I thought it was cheap but smart to house the biodome in Arizona, because throughout the course of a year, they didn't have to film scenes in different weather seasons.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Like, I thought that was smart, but also lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
It's also historically accurate because the original Biosphere 2 took place in Arizona. So
did it?
Oh,
okay.
well then.
I missed that part.
Oh, well,
so like they really did their research when making this movie.
They actually wanted to use the actual biosphere, and they were like, you know who said no?
Who?
Steve Bannon.
Tracks.
What? Oh.
He was actually in charge of the company that owned the biosphere, and he was like, nope, we want to
Steve Bannon?
keep it.
Well, he wanted to make his Hugh Hefner-esque Nazi grotto, and he needed the resources.
Right. Yeah.
Steve Bannon actually told him, no, you may not use our facility.
We are working on a Nazi grotto. Test number 5.
All
This
right,
is the worst acting.
Worst acting. Okay, here we go.
He killed himself! He killed himself!
You can keep saying the words, but your acting's not getting any better. This is the worst acting.
Number
1, Daddy.
This is perfect.
Paper covers rock. You lose the queen. Sorry, you have to assume the position. Cause I'm king and you're the peasant. I win, you lose. Okay, you ready?
Copy that, squirrely control.
Stop
Should have been harder.
Perfect.
I hope we can still be friends after this.
Well, Rob, I'm going to reveal something to the listening audience.
Yeah.
This is my second time critiquing this movie with you.
Yeah, this was one of our pilot episodes, and I remember you kind of liked it last time we talked about it. What happened? Is this the seams in your facade? Or I don't have it.
Bring some audio in from
because I was unearthing it.
I was like, Rob, you like this movie? Okay, well, we're still like new at this, and I'm not gonna critique it too hard because I like it, but it's not really that good. And you're like, well, yeah, but it is funny, and I'm like, well, I didn't really laugh, but like at least there's a cohesive story, and you're like, but like you remember the times you laughed, and I was like, no, you were like, okay, sorry.
There are shades of crimson light seeping through the cracks in the facade that you're building for the audience right now, Chris.
Well, bring the audio, which you said you can't do, not me.
Yeah, it's on a hard drive somewhere. If I could find it, I will throw it on the feed for posterity. Right. Okay.
But I want all the audio so that you can't just selectively edit.
Okay.
I want all the raw audio. A signed contract so that I can find things that I say about it.
Oh, so you don't hear things like this out of context?
I like dongs. No. Oh, yes. I was about to take off my headset because I thought you were going to play some 1980s music that I can't stand.
You did what you were told on the countdown. So why would I do that?
Yeah, good point.
So we're on number
2. This is 385.
Olivia, what's with this door? It's not opening.
Of course it won't open. That door won't open again for an entire year. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out, not even air. It take a Sherman tank to open that door.
So what you're saying is...
You can't get out.
We're stuck here.
Yes.
For 12 months.
That's right.
12 months?
52 weeks.
Yes.
385 days?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So what you're really trying to say is...
That song has no business being in this movie.
Is that Infectious Grooves or Faith No More?
Faith No More.
It is Faith No More. Okay.
Okay, I'm writing that now because that baseline.
Yeah.
That's "We Care a Lot" by Faith No More.
All right.
Technically, it's the second version. They did an original version without as good of a bass line.
All right.
I even wrote down second version because I just want to hear that again. All right. So, Rob, did you say what's wrong with that this time? Because I want to tell you.
No, I mean it's not. It's. I'm starting to see where you guys are coming from now that I'm. but in fairness, you're playing these clips out of context, so you're not understanding the full picture that's being painted. You know.
There's no context to these scenes. They just.
Am I laying it on too thick, or are you guys enjoying this?
I don't know. Let the audience decide. I kind of hate you.
All right, cool. Mission accomplished.
It's hitting a nerve.
All right.
Yeah, I think we've just been locked in this podcast together for a little too long, and it's starting to drive me a little crazy. I might throw a coconut at you. We'll see. Number 3. I just realized that I totally didn't explain anything that I hated about that clip, but whatever, we're moving on. Spamming.
We have tippies, we got lots of stuff.
Is that laughing gas? No way.
It's so hard to keep this smile from my face.
Turn it on.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Let's try it. Let's go.
Dennis Hopper, Blue Velvet.
Oh, I'm slutty. Oh, I'm slutty.
I don't feel anything. You?
Me neither. You?
Nothing.
I feel like a duck-billed platypus. What happens?
Perfect.
I went 5 seconds longer than what you suggested, Chris, because I wanted the footage of him shoving the half block of Spam under his gas mask.
Right. Yes. I was like, I'm stretching it at the duckbill platypus nom 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 thing. But I really wanted to include that. Yeah. Like, so what I wonder is why is Stephen Baldwin alive?
Who cares? Yeah.
Well, I care because I wonder how he's still alive. Because if it were me that filmed this movie and had to watch it back, maybe he's just never seen it. I don't know. Anyway, let's throw it fact or no fact.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, are you seeing another therapist now?
No. There is no one else.
Are you sure about that?
I am not seeing any other therapist.
Sounds like Bob foolery.
There are no other therapists.
Fact. Or no fact.
Oh, right.
Well, this is Biodome, so I called this game Below the Dome.
Piece of cake.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Biodome.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's better. But Below the Dome is also better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, so this is a fact or no fact, where you guys will have to guess which one of these things is not a fact about this movie or about people in this movie or things about this movie. So I'm going to state 5 things. Here we go. First one. Stephen Baldwin stated that he gets recognized more for his role in Biodome than any other film.
Okay.
Okay, second. This movie won 2 Razzie Awards.
Okay.
Third, although he had some reservations about making this movie, Pauly Shore has gone on to say that it's probably the movie he's most proud of making. Fourth, Alec Baldwin told his brother Stephen that doing this movie could end his acting career. And the last one, there's a brief cameo and one line spoken by Bill Clinton's half-brother, Roger Clinton.
Okay.
In the movie.
Well, process of elimination. So, I know a few things about Pauly Shore because one time on YouTube Shorts, there was a compilation of clips, and one of which was an older and depressed Pauly Shore on Joe Rogan Experience, saying how like he wept on his 40th birthday because the best time of his life was when he was starring in movies, and now he's not starring in movies anymore, and it makes him sad. And he had like a cathartic cry fest. And like in the background, you see Rogan is like, like trying not to fucking laugh at him. But I believe when I was on that rabbit hole, he blames the production company for making Biodome not the way it was supposed to be, which ruined his career, and he takes no responsibility whatsoever. So I know that number 3 is probably a lie, because I think he does realize that this movie was like the final nail in the coffin for the Weasel.
For the Weasel.
Stephen Baldwin, I mean, I don't recognize him from anywhere else, except for Biodome.
I do.
2 Razzie Awards.
It's a better movie.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Sorry to interrupt. I do that a lot. I'm really sorry, guys.
You're good. I can imagine Alec having a bro-to-bro talk with Steven about this. I don't know what Roger Clinton looked like, nor do I care. I think number 2 could also be a lie, because it probably would have won more than 2 Razzie Awards. But I'm gonna go with my gut and say, based on like what I've seen Pauly Shore say in interviews and like his total lack of self-awareness, as evidenced by his many characters, who I don't think are characters, are actually just him, like dialed up a little bit. I think he knows Biodome was probably not good for his career. So I'm gonna say number 3 is he's not. I don't think he's proud of it. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't think he should be.
Yeah.
You know, considering all of the things that we said.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Baldwin. I'm pretty sure it was Stephen Baldwin who was in The Usual Suspects, which I debate to this day whether or not that was a great movie or a good movie or an okay movie. I'm really not sure where I land. I think it's good.
You said it's like it's the most movie. I think you said it's the most movie you've ever seen. Yeah.
It is like, that's a good way to put that, Chris. Wow, another win.
Yeah, I would say good. I would definitely not say great.
Like so, Bonnet, Rob, you haven't?
I haven't. If I saw it, I didn't see it like when I was like cognizant of what I was watching.
It's like Clue, with no comedy, like a whodunit kind of, and then there's like a whole cast and crew who get pulled in against their will, and Stephen Baldwin is one of them. And Benicio del Toro, is it Benicio del Toro?
Correct.
Yeah.
Are like partners. So Stephen Baldwin's definitely in it, and he is a maniac and an overactor in this one as well, in The Usual Suspects. But I think he's actually better fit for The Usual Suspects than he was for Biodome. I thought Biodome was like a really weird choice to hit with Stephen Baldwin. But anyway, I digress. I feel like I haven't done a double down in a while, and when best to double down than when you know your chance is best. And I think that Rob knows so much about this movie that I should just in his coattails to try to get a half a victory here. So I'm gonna go with number 3. Pauly Shore was definitely not most proud of this one.
I would say like Encino Man or like cousin-in-law or whatever. It's probably
like the one where he goes where he's like in the army or something. We're in the army.
Yeah, in the army now. I think, right? Is that it?
Yeah, if you go on the IMDb page for this movie, you see everything he was in as like suggested. Okay,
I believe it.
So first, Stephen Baldwin did state that he gets recognized more for his role in Biodome than any other film.
As well,
wow. Okay, the movie did win 2 Razzie Awards, but I have to tell you what they were: worst on-screen hairstyle.
Stephen
Baldwin.
The dreads, the corn dreads.
And most painfully unfunny comedy.
Yes.
Pauly Shore was nominated for worst actor, but he lost to Tom Arnold.
For The Stupids? Was it The Stupids?
What? It wasn't The Stupids, but I forget what it was. It was something else.
All right.
I hate Tom Arnold.
Now, although he had some reservations about making this movie, Pauly Shore has gone on to say it's probably the movie he's most proud of making, Son-in-Law 1990.
What the fuck? Oh, wait.
So we were right.
You were right.
Yeah.
What did I say? Cousin-in-law?
You said cousin-in-law. Yeah, that was about he said that about Son-in-Law from 93. So yeah, you guys won.
Oh
yeah. Yes.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah,
should we do like a little mini tribal to celebrate our victory?
Viva Lost Podcast.
Lost Podcast. Viva Lost Podcast. Yeah, fuck yeah. So
Alec Baldwin did tell him to not do a thing.
Well, he did,
and the brief cameo of Bill Clinton's half brother Roger Clinton, it was outside the Biodome when there was like a big crowd like cheering them on.
Okay.
The one of the girlfriends signs his shirt and he says, "I'm writing a song about Bud and Doyle." So you might remember that quick interaction. Yeah. So that's one of the Clintons. Just so you know.
Was that like a father-son or a mother-son?
A half brother of Bill Clinton.
Speaking of Bill Clinton, remember when Russell delivers the pizza to Bud and Doyle outside the Biodome, and they're like, "How'd you get a job?" He's like, "Fucking Bill Clinton." And they're like, "You had sex with Bill Clinton?"
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
I want to say
Kennedy references.
I want to say if his name's Clinton, it's probably the dad's kid.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. That's proper. That's proper pipe logic.
Yeah, that's it. Well, speaking of which, let's throw it over to the catch-all.
Yeah. Let's see who gets it first.
All right, bumpers.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Are you catching all of this?
How could you have done this?
I just want to say one thing really quickly. If I die, I really hope my tombstone just doesn't say he really knew his biodome, like you guys had just suggested in the previous segment. That's what I'm known for. That's what I get buried being known for. That would be kind of upsetting.
Really knew his biodome.
He really knew his biodome.
Near a person on this earth knew biodome better than Rob.
Yeah.
Man. Bob, you want me to go first or you?
You usually go first, so go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I just, I feel bad.
No, I'm fine.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10, guys.
Shut up, Rob.
I'm going to go with...
Go ahead, Chris.
5!
It was 7 and Bob forfeit, so Chris wins.
Yes! Chris win! Another big W for Chris. He's doing really well today. Thank you, Rob. Why? A simple question with number 5. Why would they have base jumping bungee cords?
Yeah. Add that to the list of the things they shouldn't have in there.
The same reason they have hot Cheetos and Spam hidden in a nuclear drum.
That was never explained, was it? That was never explained, was it? No.
Oh, so much of this movie was never explained.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had Pringles in a biohazard can. So.
Yeah.
All right. You'll like this one because this is a little Easter egg. I'm guessing you guys didn't see it. The motto of the community college that Jen and Monique attend is nothing to be ashamed of.
That's pretty good. That's like a Simpsons level sight gag. I like that.
Yeah, that is
honestly,
that's the best material in the movie.
That's the best material in the movie. I agree.
All right.
My number. Worst movie ever made, epic vent and pipe logic. I got there first. So there is a giant ventilation system that not only our heroes climb through, which they are not my heroes, they are my zeros. I fucking hate them so much. But they climb through to find the Pringles, and then Faulkner later climbs through to like rig some coconuts and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean,
it's so big.
I've had to mention it.
They can fit side by side, shoulder to shoulder. That's
side by side.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? And this is just, I know, right? Somehow they really had it like rigged to the ceiling really well. But what always surprised me is that there was a basketball training camp I went to when I was like 12 years old, and the like coach there said that 2.5 basketballs can fit inside the rim. And I still don't believe that.
No,
right? That doesn't seem right. Yeah.
That
maybe
he means
like chopped it up.
Yeah, I think like volume alone. I don't think he means like literally.
Like side by side.
Like side by side. Like like Doyle and Bud. Like not like that. No.
Right.
All right.
I hate people say stuff like that. Like 3 football fields. Anyway.
Yeah.
I have so many. I'm
two
trying
Olympic
to
swimming
this.
pools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dissect this here. So we already talked about that. Okay, so I'm gonna say it. The eating the toenail scene was the most disgusting thing I think I've seen in a movie. I've seen some gross movies. That was unnecessary. That was putrid, and I'm so mad I had to watch it.
Yeah, truth. It was another reference to how flexible Bud is supposed to be.
Yeah, he can lick his own back.
But it right, yeah, he can lick
when
his
his
own
sciatica's
back.
not acting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Damn it, Rob. All right, number 3. These two hotties would never, and we already said this, would never, ever entertain these total tool bags.
I don't know. One of them dated Adam Sandler and Big Daddy.
Okay, well, Adam Sandler had millions of dollars.
His character.
Oh wait, no, you mean his character?
His character worked at a toll booth one day a week.
All right, so
and then he adopted a kid.
Let's do this. Adam Sandler casted himself as having like huge penis, the most charisma of any, except for in anger management. I want to say he had a small penis in anger management, but he's incredibly strong, incredibly funny, and incredibly charismatic in every movie he casts himself in. And he also allows for himself to be in Hawaii on location filming in half of his movies. So fuck Adam Sandler. He's a piece of shit. I hate him. But yeah, so these two losers would never have these hot college babes with these like perky boobs and there are no bras and all this, wonderful stuff that you hope to have when you're 20 years old. These girlfriends would never flock to these like total douchebags. Just would never happen. And then to compound how frustrating it is, the scientist women that Bob already said, this is not likely or would never happen, I think you said, Bob. But the two scientist women who are attractive, for some reason they want to fuck Button because our heroes are just that persuasive, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is after having been molested by Button Doyle. They want to get in the sack with him.
Yeah. It must have been good molestation.
Would never fucking him. Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. Like left an impression. Like that was horrible, but you know what? It didn't seem like he knew what he was doing. That pinch was just the right pressure.
He knew to go for the left one first.
I always prefer my left.
He said that.
He knew it. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, I didn't say it. He said it.
So this was really, I should have made this an honorable mention in the most offensive, but they made a comment. It was supposed to be funny when they said, "We go both ways," and they pretended to be gay.
And they go, no. Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be funny, and that's offensive.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I didn't like it.
I was kind of wondering if they, they seem like really good chums. I wonder, like, to what extent they actually, they had their tent in their bedroom, and
if they had a bi-curious phase at any point, and if they had a bi-curious phase at any point in either one of their lives, it would have been with each other. I would been
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. And what guy wasn't, in middle school, like Frodo's like kind of cute,
He does have kind eyes.
Yeah, Thanks, Rob. I thought I was going to get slaughtered for that one, so I appreciate it. Number 2 for me is impromptu massive college party. The Biodome 5 didn't know about it somehow, and tens of thousands of dollars worth of booze, weed, cigarettes, and live fucking music happened in the Biodome.
Yeah,
almost unannounced.
Yeah, there's like a pig on a spit, like the stuff they brought in.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, for real.
Their giant fruit hats on the rickshaw.
Yeah, when they get carried.
Yeah, the rickshaw.
The rickshaw. Yeah. I don't know what you call that thing that the Egyptian kings were carried around on, but it's not even a rickshaw. It's like there weren't wheels in the back either, so everyone carrying the thing has to do the labor. There are no wheels to share the load.
Yep.
So I don't know what that thing is called, but I'd really like to know.
I just Googled what was the thing that Egyptians carried each other on. And ancient Egyptians used palanquins, litters, sedan chairs, and carrying chairs to transport people.
Carrying chairs.
Yeah. So I guess as complex as they were, they didn't have a cool phrase for that thing.
With palanquin or whatever the fuck the first word was, you said.
This is a walking couch. Check it out.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
I feel like this goes along with what you just said, but it's technically different. The giant flypaper. Where'd he get it from?
Yeah.
Like
flypaper storage.
That's like a Looney Tunes thing. Like when, they pull an anvil out of his pocket. Like it's completely cartoon. I think that's what it was meant to. I think it was meant to be very cartoonish. I get it. But the fact that it was that big,
nonetheless.
Yeah.
It was, just my eyes hurt after watching this movie.
No, I agree. And the fact that they thought that they were making it up to the scientist for catching all the mosquitoes and everything on that. You know, like nobody's that dumb. Like he was pissed in the first place because they were like put in danger, and now you have killed them all. But nobody's that dumb. All right, my number one. I'm gonna try to read this entire thing. I'm sorry, it's gonna take me a minute, maybe literally. Number one, Daddy. A couple of minor changes could have improved the quality of this film tremendously, in my opinion. If they had better writing, sure. Better casting, obviously. But if they had made these losers, okay? So Stephen Baldwin and Pauly Shore, if they had made these guys the chaos agents that they had actually teased in the early going, right? That like the guy, the millionaire, the billionaire, whatever. He's like, this is our representation of chaos. You don't know how to predict what's going to happen in the natural world. I thought that was actually a decent way of explaining why they were there, right? But then
good way to save face.
Good way to save face. But they don't actually do anything with that chaos like they should have. But they could have had a sensible redemption for them. Say the biodome can only reach 95% homeostasis without that chaos agent. You introduce these guys, and now it drops to like 30% or something. And that's when they aren't tamed. But when they agree to work for it, they reach 100% homeostasis. And then you don't have to have this 11th hour diffusion of a bomb sequence bullshit. Happens at the end of every goddamn movie that it was ever made. And it just makes more sense, and you like these guys more, and they don't have to force it, and fuck this movie.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm because my number one is pretty close to that, if not is the exact same thing. I'll just do two quick honorable mentions. When he throws the firecracker to just when he throws the firecracker to distract the security guard, he lobs it like barely, and it ends up like a half a property over.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Second thing that irritated me was he said flamingo dancer. It's flamenco dancer.
Yeah,
flamenco.
And
it's definitely flamenco.
I'm sure he said it twice. That really pissed me off because I feel like there's probably an audience out there who thinks that was right.
Yeah.
But anyway, all I said, and this is pretty much what Chris said, I said the redemption story was not exactly an arc. They learned nothing, and then suddenly everything.
Yes, right.
You know,
exactly.
Like up to the last minute of them before being redeemed, they were fucking things up majorly. Like Party, for God's sakes, that was like right before them. Hell, even after the party, only when the girlfriend said they would take them back, because when they pretty much, it was all sexually motivated.
You know what though? One of my bands when I was in college, we smoked a lot of weed, me and the drummer, and the guitar player was pretty straight edge. I'm not gonna name names just so I don't incriminate anybody, but one of our man trips when we were like boofing out the basement to get rid of the smell, we'd always be like making a filter. That's from Biodome, baby.
I did like that he got halfway through making the filter with all the cigarettes, and then they're like, we're just gonna use wet sheets.
Yeah,
he's like, oh,
that should have occurred to them like way before he gathered all those butts. Yeah.
Or the scientists just didn't care because they hated them so much.
Yeah.
But,
also that.
Anyway, let's throw it to what we're watching.
You gave me a clip for the catch-all, and I'm gonna play it right now.
Do it.
Beneath your feet, you couldn't live an instant without that. Then you need the air.
Hey, everybody turn!
Couldn't live 5 minutes without that.
Can someone please explain how drinking beer and playing hacky sack can help improve the environment?
It's all about raising consciousness.
Ow!
Hey, you just can't stand up and preach about it. Let me, open up your chakras, Monique.
No thanks, Siddhartha.
50 is to save some trees. We just want to save some trees. Don't say we didn't save some freaking trees.
party at Biodome. All right, let's go.
What are you guys gonna say? Tenacious D isn't cool too?
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, all right.
I might.
Go on. Go ahead. We're learning about each other here. Let's go ahead.
I'm not gonna air that out. Yeah, they're kind of cool.
So I think I've seen Jack Black interviewed and on talk shows and stuff. I think he's probably a decent dude, but his characters are all fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so the reason that guys like Jack Black, right, and we all know this, just like we don't put it into words. The reason that he's famous is because he has a very unique character.
Yeah,
it is true to Jack Black and nobody can do it. It's true to Vince Vaughn and nobody can do it. It's true to Will Ferrell and no one can do it. I find all of these people to be minorly annoying, but successful at what they do. And a guy like Pauly Shore thinks he has something like that too.
Yeah,
not quite, in my opinion. He's just got like I'm annoying.
You know what though? Exactly. I watched The Cable Guy recently, and Black Jack plays it straight in that movie, and he's not bad, just like not being the resident silly guy.
No, he's a good actor. He is. He's a talented individual. And then he, like, when he wants to put on the Jack Black show, it's very his style. I don't know. Like, I think he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was like
the toy saxophone bullshit. Yeah,
right. And that's the most Jack Black you'll ever see him. Then there's a sliding scale all the way back to like him just being a friend, in a movie. Like he's in A Holiday, which is like a Jude Law vehicle. And I think Kate Winslet is in that one as well. And anyway, he is just playing it straight, and he's a good actor. So when he does play it straight, I've mentioned this movie on the podcast before, but Bernie. Have you guys seen Bernie? I
got to see that one still.
No, never saw it.
I highly suggest it. Bernie is a movie based on a real... I should be using this for what we're watching. Okay, let's go to what we're watching.
Sure. If I could find it. But I was already highlighting
I'm kind of curious what the guys are watching other than videos about
government secrets.
This is what we're watching.
Okay, I just watched Bernie with Jack Black, and so what it is it's a story about a guy. This happened in real life. A guy who was a funeral director, and he was just a community staple. Everybody knew him. He did a great job throwing a funeral. Better term. And a lot of older ladies, widows, took to him and used him as a support line, and he was willing to give his advice and stuff like this. It really happened, and one woman really latched on him, and she also happened to have a ton of money, but she was a total bitch, and everybody in the town hated her. And Bernie literally at some point snapped and shot her to death. And then didn't know what to do, so he shoved her in a freezer. And then he had already gotten her permission to spend money, and everybody knew Bernie was her right-hand man. So he just continues spending her money and hopes nothing happens. And then there's a line where yes, he murdered her, but she was a total cunt. So you decide how guilty he is for doing that. Anyway, that happened in real life, and Jack Black is Bernie in the movie Bernie, and
I'm gonna watch that.
He does a really good job. It's slightly comedic, right? And Jack Black does those beats, but it's pretty much a straight for happening as you watch it happen. It's one of those thought-provoking pieces, I guess. I don't know, and he does a good job there. I was going to say Moana 2. This is why I just said, let's do what we're watching. I was going to say Moana 2 because we plan on doing that today on the snow day here in Connecticut. But Moana 2 on my Disney Plus isn't available yet. Apparently it's available on Disney Plus. It's not.
No, it's not. They're doing the on-demand grab before people watch it 1,000 times and they don't make money on it anymore. So you can get it on Prime for $4.
$20 on Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, $4? Okay,
it's for the rental. You could purchase it for $20, but you could rent it for $4. They're trying to get the last ticket sale, so to speak, before they make no money on it ever again. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. And okay, so Moana 2, I was hoping to watch today, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I just started a new game called Diablo 4. I
Right.
never played any Diablo before it. I downloaded it because it was only $27, and I heard it was good. It's good, but it's not crazy good. It's good. So if you like Diablo 4 and you want to tell me why it's better and what I'm missing, email us and let me know. Otherwise, Bob, why don't you take it over?
All right, so this might be my last hurrah of new movies that I am watching, because I tried to catch up on as much 2024 stuff as I could near the end of 2024 or early 2025. So I finally watched Nosferatu. This is a Robert Eggers directed reimagining of the 1920 silent film. It was absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, well crafted, but overall kind of boring. Willem Dafoe was really good. Willem Dafoe is really good as always.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really gorgeous to look at. I'm glad I saw it, but I don't think I'd ever watch it again.
Right.
And it's not something I would say hurry up and go out and see it. It's just, it's like I said, it's artistic. Just like Robert Eggers just does that. Robert Eggers stuff is like that. The Witch was like that. The Northman was like that. I actually like The Lighthouse, but that was also kind of like that too.
Right.
Yeah.
You like
his stuff's all kinda the same.
you like The Lighthouse. I'm surprised by that.
I gotta watch that still.
Well, I love The Lighthouse. It was horrifying, but I loved it.
Well, that's the thing is I was between putting up The Vavitch and The Lighthouse for the poll.
Oh.
Yeah, The Witch was okay. I didn't love it.
I liked it. I saw it a couple times. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought the performances were solid, though. I thought they were really solid.
Yeah, it's great acting. But I'll be interested to hear if it wins. It won't because Hereditary is winning, but we'll check out on the live poll later. Why?
I think your ears will perk up at this one. I watched Anora. Have you heard the buzz around this one?
No,
I haven't.
Okay, so Anora it might be up for some awards. I think maybe acting. Sean Baker wrote this and directed it. Sean Baker has done the Florida Project. I don't know if you know the Florida Project. Willem Dafoe's in that too. He did Red Rocket. He did some like they're kind of like skeezy slice of life of like white trash or just down on their luck people, you know. So this is a story of a female adult dancer who starts doing at-home private shows and sex with a Russian oligarch's like early 20s son. And it's bonkers insane the directions it goes. The fallout that eventually happens is nuts. Lots of nudity, simulated sex, even more nudity, debauchery, and then the accompanying loads of emotional damage. It's just it's dark. It's dark comedy. Like there's definitely a lot of dark comedy going on.
Yeah.
But it's also just fucked up. And this guy's known for movies like this. This is probably the Florida Project's really, really good, but really sad. This is probably my favorite one though I've seen.
Anora.
And the lead actress is just a knockout. Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, okay. And she's got boobs.
And you see them a lot.
Nice.
Nice.
Anora, you say. A-N-O. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Good to know. All right. There's two movies I want to talk about. One's called Stop Motion. It's a British 2023 psychological horror. This girl's like a stop motion animator working under like her abusive mother's supervision, who's like a world-renowned stop motion animator, but has arthritis. So the daughter's taking over all like the production. The mother has a stroke, and the girl has a psychotic break, trying to finish her mother's work. But she meets like a little girl who tells her the story's boring and makes her like do something else. Instead of using like sculpting wax, they start like going in the woods and like finding dead animals and like using their meat on puppets. And this girl just keeps going further down this rabbit hole. Now she's like, she wanted to create her own thing, but now she's being controlled by somebody else, seeing their vision be fully realized. And she kind of snaps, and like all of her little grotesque creatures like come to life, but like not really. It's just in her head. It's fucking weird. It hinges on body horror, because she starts like slicing herself up and using pieces of her meat to make dolls and other people. But it's it's the first time in a long time I was like watching a movie like this going like, I can't fucking watch this right now, dude. It was good. It was good. I strongly recommend. And then the other thing I watched, have you guys heard of Hardcore Henry?
No.
2015, I think it came out. And it's this guy. There's like barely any plot. It's got a similar plot. It's similar to like Mad Max Fury Road in the sense that it's just like a 90-minute chase sequence, and that's all you need. It's shot entirely in the first person, and this guy basically wakes up after finding out his body's been blown apart, and he has like cybernetic limbs that are like superhuman strength. And then like while he's being repaired, like that facility blows up, and there's like a weird like psychokinetic like telepathic villain destroying things, and he's like running from it and meeting clones of this guy named Jimmy like several times over. They're like guiding him to charge station so he can just keep like fucking jumping off of stuff and shooting shit. It's like John Wick levels of violence, but all from a first person perspective. It's really fucking fun. It's like you're watching a first person shooter with comedy. So strongly recommend.
Have we talked about Upgrade?
I've heard the title, but I don't know if it was on the show or not.
Okay, so Upgrade is a movie a lot like Hardcore Henry, it sounds like. And it's a guy who is in like a near fatal car crash. Okay. And then there's a computer genius that wants to put a Neuralink chip in his head to make his body like able to work again so he can be a cop again. But then he's like super powered by it. It's very graphic, and he and then he wants to figure out who killed his wife because it was somebody who like shot his car that like caused the near fatal accident that did kill his wife. Okay. So he's like on a revenge tour.
All right.
And it's actually it's called Upgrade. It's actually really fucking sweet. Yeah. Check it out. If you liked Hardcore Henry, you'll like that. Yeah.
Honora and Upgrade are going to be on my all right, cool.
Yeah. Upgrade's very modern too. So I think you'll like it a lot. Right. Bad credit names.
Wesley Deldine, Soda Pop, Kyle Gass, Steve Austin, and Bow Wow Wow.
I think we've had Kyle Gass before.
That's
no.
Kyle Gass feels like a repeat.
He's definitely in Tenacious D. He's Jack Black's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I know him. Okay, never mind. That's right.
Yeah. It's just sorry, your name sucks, especially when you're,
morbidly obese. Just say it. You could say it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. When you're really fat and your last name is Gas, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's throw it to the offensive minigame.
Yep.
Sometimes movies are just so offensive.
There are no other therapists
that could help me get over it. This is the offensive minigame.
Jeremy or Jeremiah jargon.
Okay.
Or blowing hairs to rabbits.
I'm sorry, pulling hairs to what? You cut out.
Blowing hairs to rabbits.
Oh. Blowing up the rabbit.
Blowing up the rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, blowing up the rabbit, I will say.
So animal murder or mispronouncing someone's name in passing?
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay. Just checking here.
Which are you going with?
Animal murder, Chris.
Oh, okay. So now it's a problem. Okay.
Yeah. I never said it wasn't. I'm just saying like he was kind of aloof to the situation. But if you just put on its face, animal murder is worse than using a abbreviated version of someone's name in passing. Yes.
Fair enough. So we went with ballistic X versus Sever first. So I'm going to do that again and continue the theme here. So you have ballistics X versus Sever in your mind when I say pummeling back passage pervert.
Okay.
Or yogurt squirts.
That's tough. I guess the yogurt because
the pummeling, that guy kind of deserved it. So I feel like yogurt is more offensive because he's being smarmy.
You're trying pickup artistry on a captive audience, which is not cool.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so you guys are going with yogurt squirts.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to find a way, because the season's about to end, so I might as well say. I was trying to find a way to say yo player, like he's a player and yo play at the same time, but I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
So midnight molestation or car bomb cucking.
Oh boy.
I'm
I
gonna
do
say
think the molestation.
I'm gonna say molestation because you have some covert ops stuff in there that wasn't fully explained. Like, you could reasonably assume like that kind of transpired the way it did for reasons not known but probably understandable.
For car bomb cucking.
Yeah, like how the guy like stole his wife, who was apparently. I mean, there's a shadow operation. We don't know fully. They didn't really write it into the script, so we just have. There's lots of gray areas there, but molestation's never good.
No, I agree.
To an also captive audience, yes.
And if you think so, you should email us and tell us why. All right, let's throw it to the movie comparison.
Yeah.
I resign today as president of the bank.
Inconvenient truth.
None of this makes sense. Let's just compare the movies.
Rob, I petition to have you play out the entire reel of all of
the sizzle bumper. Yes. All right.
Yes, please, on the way out, because we're not going to hear them again.
All right, sounds good.
All right, this is Ballistic versus Sever, our winner from last week. And Biodome, so team win. We had a 5-star last week, guys.
Yeah.
I think we just team win more towards the end because we're a little less competitive. Not me, but you guys. And Biodome, team 4-star. So the 5-star definitely. How do you feel about offensive? It's looking like we're going Biodome with that one. Yeah, blowing hairs to rabbits and yogurt swords takes the victory there. So dialogue, what's worse?
Biodome.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
Yeah,
I hate to hear it.
I think that's true. I don't know. I guess there was hardly any in Ballistic X versus Sever, so I guess they did themselves a favor. By
Strength in numbers, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Expository sound snafu. Or inspired by a better story. What's the worst production?
So,
I'm gonna go.
So I'm gonna say something Rob said last week. It is possible that when they converted that X versus Sever from theatrical to video, they didn't mix the sound properly. So it wasn't the production crew. It was the.
It's just the streaming era. It's a byproduct of the streaming era.
Yes, and I feel like, that was bad, but I do feel like
Biodome,
just I said
Viva
before, swing and a miss.
Las Biodome.
So annoying. Because it's 3 syllables and not 2. Yeah.
That's
Biodome
the joke.
in Vegas.
That's literally the joke. You just explained the joke.
You're giving it too much credit.
Yeah, stop calling them jokes.
Yeah, for real. Unless you're talking about Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin.
Okay.
All right, acting. What's worse?
Biodome.
So, X versus Sever, they underacted, and in Biodome they overacted. I'm having a hard time deciding which one I hated more.
Do you want to wash it out like X's cigarette in the rain?
Yeah. He was just sweating. Sure. He was just sweating. It wasn't raining. Even though his bone dry. Yeah.
We'll X this out. Sever it as if it never existed. Demerits. Oh, wait a second. I don't remember what the demerit was for X versus Sever and for whatever dumb reason. Oh, nanobotched.
Nanobotched. All right.
Well, I love that.
Or what? Because we don't have one yet. Tribal?
Spam platypus.
Impossibilities.
Impossibilities.
Okay. What's worse?
So many.
Nanobots or impossibilities?
Impossibilities.
Impossibilities.
I agree.
It's looking pretty good for Biodome.
Clearly the worst movie of the season.
If it's the best at something, it's being the worst. So,
that's true. Biodome wins the fucking season, Rob. That's why this movie sucks so bad.
It feels right.
All right, real quickly. I will accept this indictment of Biodome, but gun to head, would you rather watch Biodome or X vs. Ever again?
X vs. Ever.
Wow.
I think so. X vs. Ever had better.
Wow. You think you know a person? Okay. Okay.
Actually, I would say neither. Give me the gun.
Take the gun. All right, that's fair.
All right, so I'm looking in at this live poll, which, by the way, I loved the way the aesthetic of this poll. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the aesthetic of the poll.
Yeah, that's good contrast.
Real clean. Yeah. The VIVAAAAA has 38% of the vote. Get Out has 21%. Hereditary then has the 41 remaining percent.
Right,
Hereditary, the
I've
movie
never seen Hereditary. I hear it's like the best horror to come out in the last 10 years.
It's very good. I can't say what I want to say. A24 Studios, I believe Hereditary is an A24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a thing. They're kind of known for this thing, and I actually
the weird family dynamic from the unhinged mind of Garfunkel Sock Sniffer or whatever the director's name is.
Ari Aster.
Yeah, there's another thing that you haven't seen it, Rob.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put any.
I've seen A24 films, so how about I circle back and see if I guess what you're thinking.
Okay.
All right.
I just like most of the movies that Ari Aster has made, I don't like the ending, but otherwise it's quality.
That's exactly okay. So Bob's it, not me, right? The problem with A24 films is that they are so good at pulling the emotion out of you that they're hoping to get. They want you to feel uncomfortable the whole time, and they want you to feel on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's happening. You're very curious, very good at reeling you in, and then the end tends to be such a leap that you they have built up such good credibility with you that you want to take the leap with them, so you kind of do.
Dream scenario
but then you turn around and you look at yourself and you're like, really, you're gonna go there? You're gonna go that far with A24 because their endings fucking nuts.
I felt that way about Dream Scenario, and that's A24.
Okay, yeah, that's what they do.
I'll say the same about The Witch. I would have rather it not ended. I would have rather her gone into the woods and then roll credits.
And then you don't know.
That's how it. Yep. That's how it should have ended.
Ambiguity. Yes. Yeah, sometimes the ambiguity is better.
Sometimes it is, and I completely agree, Bob. The Witch was a solid film throughout, and then I was disappointed by the ending. And I didn't want to say same for Hereditary because I didn't want you going into the end feeling that way, Rob, because now you have an expectation. But
Midsommar was the same way. Yeah,
I didn't watch Midsommar, but I want.
Don't.
It's
really a letdown. It's a big letdown.
Okay, fair enough. I won't. All right, Rob, why don't you plug us and throw it to Bob for his last word?
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Play. We are on all the good streaming platforms. If you have a third-party app, you can just search us and you'll find us. We'll be there too. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. We post polls. We post stories. We post clips from the show. We post clips from the movies. Check it out. It's good fun. We're all there. And there's a little envelope you can click and email us. That's all at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Bob, what's your last word?
Tribal.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. All right, let's do this YouTube comment. It makes me wanna. Oh, it makes me wanna. Oh my god, it makes me wanna.
A day without sex? A day wasted, man.
The most offensive.
My job sucks.
Yeah, so does your production, you skank.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Are you catching all of this?
How could you have done this?
I resigned today as president of the bank.
An inconvenient truth.
None of this makes sense. Let's just compare the movies. All right, good movie week. I think we all need one. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening. Bye, Jelly Scoop.
Peace. And thanks, Rafe.